All right, so we got another found footage film here. This one is called Dagr, and this was sent to us by the director because I contacted him after my buddy Alex from Beyond the Void Horror Podcast made it known to us that this even existed. So thanks to you for that, buddy. And thanks to the director for getting back to us very quickly with this screener. And this is available to rent right now on Amazon for like $1.99. So it's cheap. And is it worth your time? I say yes. So if you're a found footage enthusiast, absolutely support this and check it out. This is about these two YouTubers who are like freaking criminals.
Kind of.
Who go out and they're like causing chaos, and they use filters over their face so that they aren't to be found out and criminally prosecuted.
Yeah.
But they're going out and they're like stealing shit and running amok, down with the patriarchy and, you know, this kind of stuff. And so we follow them, and they get a job posing as like caterers for this like high-end commercial that's being shot in this remote location. And so they drive out there, and when they get to the location, things don't go as planned, right? First and foremost, I think this is wonderfully acted. Our two main leads here really blew me away with how natural they are. And just so everyone knows, I know I always have to reiterate this every one of these videos, but we don't bullshit. We give our true opinions, and I've absolutely pissed off directors and actors and everyone from these found footage films that get sent to us, and I'm like, I didn't like your fucking movie.
I think that the acting is fantastic in this, and it's something we always talk about with found footage films, that it's like the most important thing that you have natural actors.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to do. We always acknowledge that, because you put anybody in front of a camera and they already start acting weird, and then to tell them like you need to just act like yourself or like a normal person. It's a very nuanced thing, and what I like about a lot of found footage films that are, and this one in particular, that are coming out nowadays, is that we have YouTubers and influencers, which does give you kind of a cover to act under, because like when you're an influencer or content creator, like you have the whole like
persona,
and that's a little bit easier, I think, for people to fall into. But regardless, I still think that everybody in this, for me, did a great job. Particularly Thea and Louise.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
two leads were really fun to watch. They felt like friends.
Yeah, I'd be very curious to find out if they actually know each other.
Yeah.
Or if they like met while filming this. If that's the case, then that's even more impressive, because they definitely do feel like authentic, genuine friends who have known each other for a long time. Another thing with this film is how fantastic this film looks.
Yeah.
I wrote the director while we were watching this, like, because this is shown to be shot on iPhones. I was like, is it really shot on iPhones? And he was like, yeah. One of the better looking found footage films I've watched in recent memory. And this is from a movie that has very little budget. I don't know what it was. It has to be a little higher. I would be shocked to find out it was like nothing, because the locations would be third, right?
Yeah, the location was super cool. The house that they're filming in is like this old kind of like country mansion, and it looks great. Like it's got a really creepy vibe to it, and I feel like they utilized it really well. And it pretty much is a single location. Like there's some, you know, driving and a couple like other spots before they reach this mansion, but I really liked it. I thought it was really a cool place.
Now, this is a horror film, so we're going to talk a little bit about the horror. I think that was mostly successful. It was a little hit and miss, a little more hit than miss. One thing that they do well here is they use subtle imagery that is kind of a Where's Waldo approach, where they throw it on screen and it's kind of off to the corner, or if you blink you miss it, or if you're not looking all around the screen you're not going to see certain things, which adds to rewatchability. They also use video distortion in here, which I'm not a big fan of, but they use it in a clever way that doesn't distract from the film. Some of the horror in here is a little repetitive at times, because we are dealing with druids, I guess. I'm not really sure, because they definitely don't try to explain what's happening in the horror, which, you know, that's fine, because horror is a lot of the times better left unexplained. So I respect that. I'm fine with it. Who the hell knows what is happening here? I think it works pretty well, and for the budget, I am insanely impressed with this film overall. Yeah. There is a bit of confusion both of us had with how the commercial people tied in with the girls and what the commercial people were doing. So there's people that are filming a commercial, and we follow them for a portion of the film before the girls get to the house and their stories intersect. Even though the acting was good from everybody in that scene, I wasn't really invested in that part of it because I really didn't understand what the hell was happening. Like, I got that they were filming something. Yeah. But I didn't really understand their motivations.
Yeah, I think that the acting was great from them, but I agree with you. I think that that might be the weakest part of the film, is everything with the commercial. Everything is a little bit confusing with that.
I think what would have made better sense here, if I was consulted. Here we go.
Here we go.
The egomaniac's talking. What I would have liked, and what I actually almost filled in myself when we were watching this, and I kind of told it to you, what I originally thought was happening here, because I think this would have worked better and would have given more motivation to things and added a little bit of emotional tension and whatnot, is if the people we were filming were a couple and they were getting married. And they were wanting to send out some kind of like video showing everyone what a perfect relationship they had. Yeah. But behind the scenes, they kind of fucking hated each other. Yeah. And then the people behind the scenes had to try to work through, how are we going to make these people look like they love each other when we kind of want to break their marriage off more than try to put it out there that they're a great couple. Yeah. Right? So that's kind of the vibe they were giving, because the actors had a little bit of conflict that they were having. But I didn't understand why and how that even played into the film. So yeah, I just felt like that part of it just wasn't properly thought out. And that's just our opinion, obviously. Yeah. I just felt like that was the weakest part of the film and is the thing that kind of took me out of it for a moment. But I think what they do well, they do very well. And they have some moments that are pretty damn effective. The main takeaways here, what really, really works here, is the acting and the overall production. Yes. That's what really, really works here. Yeah. If they had nailed the horror fully, this would be like, whoa, this would be a big, big one for us. We'd be like, yes, this is now like another classic found footage for us. But keep at it. Yeah, this is really impressive, and I think you got something great going here. I want to see what's next. I think you guys have a lot of potential.
And for everybody that loves found footage, this is definitely a recommendation to support it and check it out.
Keep plugging away at it. You're doing awesome.
Yeah.
So anyways, check it out. Dagr, rent it, support it, and thanks for sending this to us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. All right, guys.
Bye.